Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Victoria. We are currently doing a 12 days of Vlogmas, and we're on vlog number 9. Even though I messed up the vlog numbers in the last 2 videos. So this is actually vlog number 9, and unfortunately I had an extra packet that came in my advent calendar. So we have that blank packet to explain it at the beginning of this video, which is awesome. But today we are going to be doing a little bit of an unhaul here. So although this is before Christmas, we do have the new year coming, and I want to start off the new year with, things that are really filling my space and bringing me joy, as I'm sure all of you do as well. And my local library is doing I just listened to how to pronounce this and I feel like I'm gonna mess it up again. It is an Icelandic tradition called hold on, I just had it. Jólabókaflóð. So my local library is actually participating in a book drive for the Dallas Medical Center. They are calling it Jólabókaflóð, which is the Icelandic tradition of book flooding, if you will, Christmas book flooding or book giving on Christmas Eve. So I thought it'd be a great opportunity to unhaul some of my books here and give them to somebody who can enjoy it anew. With that, let's go ahead and get to our book haul here. So I'm probably gonna go, I have dance today at 6:30, so I'm probably gonna go to the library after that because it's kind of on the way home. And that way I can drop those off. I also want to return a book, so I decided, actually I might return, I'm going to return 3 books. I'm going to return The Bell Witch, The Enemy Within, and The Bone Witch. I just don't see myself reading those right now, so I figured I will return them, and when I want to revisit them, I can go and check them out again. So I'll return those 3 books along with dropping off some gently used books to participate in this book drive for the Dallas Medical Center. So let's go ahead and hop into it. Hello darlings, let me put you up on something so you're a little bit better. A little higher. Okay, here we go. Here we are. You should know that I use thread-up boxes so much for these videos. They're just a good height for it. Maybe if I sit you up, as I'm saying, it's a good height. Oh, and then if I go like this, how's that? Perfect. Okay, so you probably remember this. Let's see. I'm gonna start with this middle shelf. Why? I don't know. So the first one I definitely know I'm going to be donating is Lore Olympus, which is a graphic novel series. I guess it's a webtoon series, and then they turned it into these books. They're very popular. I read the first volume and it just wasn't for me, and I don't think I'm going to revisit it. I don't think I'm going to get any more of it, and it's in really great condition because I just got it in like June or July, so I figured it'd be good to donate. So I'm going to go ahead and donate that. Someone else can enjoy this. Maybe they've been thinking about picking it up and they will enjoy it more than I will. So number 1. Number 2 is All of Our Hidden Gifts. So I bought this earlier this year from Barnes & Noble, and I finished it. I liked it. I may or may not continue reading the series. I don't know, but I'm definitely not going to pick it up again. And it's a really good condition, and I think if there's anybody who's like a young adult, they would really enjoy this book. So I'm going to give it another home. Also with that, I am going to donate Moth Keeper. So this was an adorable little book. It's a standalone graphic novel. I really enjoyed it. But again, I don't know if I'm going to revisit it. And as cute as the cover is, I think somebody would really enjoy the story, especially someone who is, going through a hard time with things like that and who's struggling with illness might really just enjoy this book. So I am hoping that this will go to a good home. Yes. That's a good thing. I'm checking to make sure I didn't leave it. Oh, look at this. I got 2 bookmarks in here. Nice. Oh, and I've got some postcards in here. I'm glad I looked at this. So I picked up this book at the San Francisco airport back in July, and I started reading it on the plane, and honestly I just wasn't vibing with it. I picked it up because I love the movie Murder, She Purred. Yeah, Murder, She Purred, which this is based off of this book, but I just really couldn't get into it, and I've never picked it up again. I got it on clearance, but it's in pretty good condition, and I'm sure somebody would enjoy this, so this one is going to be donated as well. Another one that I read recently, this was my first Grady Hendrix that I've ever read. I was really in the mood for this because I've been listening to Ruin, the podcast, all year, and this, I think this was in one of my vlogs. Maybe I'll link it somewhere once I figure out which one of those it was. But I finished it. I don't anticipate myself reading it again. And, you know, it was a solid book. I had fun reading it. I don't think it's one that I want to keep necessarily, but I do think someone would have a fun time reading this. So we're going to go ahead and thank the Final Girl support group for the fun it brought, and hope it brings somebody else a little bit of fun in the new year. I have Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwong. This, I believe, is the third. Yes, this is the third book in the Crazy Rich Asian series, and then I have China Rich Girlfriend, which was the second book. So both of these follow the Crazy Rich Asian book. I read these a couple years ago, I think when the movie first came out or sometime afterward. They were a lot of fun, but I don't anticipate reading them again, so I think that they are in really good condition and would be a lot of fun for someone to read. Unfortunately, I think I read the first one on Kindle, so I do not have the first one, so hopefully they might have read that one before they get these. So this is The Sisters of the Winterwood by Renya Rosner. I read this book a couple of years ago. It is based off of Russian folklore, and it follows 2 sisters whose parents leave, and they find out that there's like fairies, and I don't know. Honestly, this book was pretty mid for me, but it's really pretty, and it might be someone else's cup of tea, so I'm going to say goodbye to this one, make a little space on my bookshelf, and again, hope that it brings someone a lot of joy. What else? What else? I think this one is pretty good. This was a cool book by John Scalise, Lock-In. It's about this, it's basically like a virus that locks people in their minds, and so they live. So I'll just read this to you. The disease causes lock-in. Victims are fully awake and aware but unable to move or respond to anything. Lock-in syndrome strikes the young and the old, the rich and the poor, and people of every color and kind. Yeah, I remember liking this book. It was interesting. So hopefully someone else is interested by it. Give these away as well. So I used to read these. I had a good collection of them. They are Charlene Harris, who wrote the True Blood series, and they're small novels about Lily Bard, who lives in the town of Shakespeare and starts solving different murders throughout that time. They were fun, a fun short read. I have them, I've read them. So I think they would be a fun group for someone to have and go ahead and get to enjoy them as well. I'm going to take this off now because it is sliding everywhere at the moment. So we'll just go ahead and give ourselves a little break here. All right. Another one that has sat on my bookshelf forever. This hunkin' piece of book. The Bully Pulpit by Doris Kearns Goodwin. I think I got this on clearance at Barnes & Noble years ago. I've meant to read it, and honestly, it's just taking up space on here. I don't think I'm gonna read it. And if I do decide to read it, I'm sure I can find it in the library again and read it there. But the Bully Pulpit is an interesting topic. It is 750 pages, so I just am not foreseeing me reading this. This will keep somebody very... I'm sure there is someone out there who would be very interested in reading more about this. So I hope they enjoy. I think that might be all the books we're going to unhaul. Let me just double check real quick and I'll show you the pile here. So that is going to be all of the books we're going to unhaul here. Let me give you a little, let's see. So here we are. Ow. Touched myself. So all the books that we're going to donate to the library. So I'm gonna get a bag to put them all in. And then we'll be ready to go with that. That was quick and easy, painless. So if you need to unhaul some books, get to it. Hello everyone, so it's the next day. I thought I would go ahead and do a quick outro. So as you saw, we did drop off all of our unhaul books and head over to drop off our borrowed books as well, and then I went to dance class. I don't have a video from yesterday, but I thought I would close out this video with a clip from my dance class on Monday that I took, so stay tuned for that. But before I leave you to a quick dance class video, I wanted to thank you so much for watching. I hope that you stick around, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and if you would, drop a comment if you're doing any kind of unhaul of your books for this year. And if you are, I'd love to know what you're doing with them. Are you donating them? Are you selling them? And are there any, kind of books that you're making room for on yourself? So feel free to drop a comment below, and I will see you in the next one on Friday. Bye! Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bells.